Welcome to Elevate Springfield, where we will dive into strategies and stories that help you rise to your full potential. Each episode, we'll talk about how you can take intentional steps to elevate your life and your business while making a meaningful impact on those around you. Along the way, we're going to bring in the change makers from our community that are already elevating. We'll bring the actionable strategies, you bring the discipline and follow through, and together we can elevate Springfield.
All right, let's go, Springfield. Time to 10X, time to level up. Hey, you are listening to the Elevate Springfield podcast, coming to you from the Big Dog Construction Studio in beautiful downtown Springfield. Robert Farrell here, certified 10X coach, speaker, and mentor, here to bring you actionable strategies. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together we're going to elevate Springfield. Well, hey, you are listening to the Wellness Upgrade on Elevate Springfield, where we're going to bring you specific strategies to help elevate your health and wellness. Hey, if you're not elevating your health and wellness, you're not going to be able to elevate in all other areas. This is the baseline. You know I'm passionate about it, and you know that's why I brought this segment to Elevate Springfield. We're going to get right to our guest after the break.
Looking for personalized insurance with hometown care? David Hilst, American Family Insurance Agent, is here to help you protect what matters most: your family, your home, and your dreams. Whether it's auto, home, life, business, David and his team are proud to serve the Springfield community with trusted advice and reliable coverage. Local service, real relationships, peace of mind. Call today or stop by their office. They can build your dream protection plan together. Call 217-726-6343. All right, and we are back for another edition of the Wellness Upgrade. Regular contributor to the show, friend of the show, Dr. Kelly Neumann. How we doing today?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Good to have you back, as always.
I love your show.
Oh, well, we love having you. Coming down on a gorgeous Springfield morning. It is absolutely beautiful out there.
And I saw someone on the way here just walking. I was like, good morning.
That's right. Let's go.
And I was like, are you heading to work? And he was like, yep. Do a lot of people walk to work?
Well, down here, a lot of people are parked maybe in a parking garage, and then they walk to their place. So it's probably that. I mean, there are a decent amount of people that live down here. Yeah. Oh,
Just get up and walk to work.
Yeah. The whole live, work, play thing right in one area.
Yeah,
absolutely. There you go. Well, today, what do you want to talk about? We're talking about emotions, I believe, right? What are we getting into?
And I like how we're fixing our posture with it. Yeah. Come on,
emotions.
We're gonna emotions. So yes, when you asked me what we wanted to talk about today, from a scientist perspective, there's of course so many things that in research, blah, blah, blah. But the one thing I think that we're making too difficult is emotion and how we have them and how we need to share them. And to teach, sharing is not only what we should do, but it's caring. And when you share your emotions, you also have an opportunity to open up to someone who wants to care for you, who wants to be part of your life. And that's scary in itself, and especially I think that's to keep working on the camaraderie with kids too and teach them how. Because they don't, it's hard already to have all of this inside. Right. I feel like we all have these emotions and feelings, and to learn how to release and just do it. And I don't think there's a right way.
I don't think there is either. How do you see that play out in your practice? You're already doing physical work with people, so they're having, I guess, the release on the physical side. So do you see that opening up the emotional side more because they're having some of that physical release there?
It's not, I think from a clinician standpoint, what you see in the clinic, which I try to actually avoid, is them just looking at the physical component. It's just, we're going to do this exercise and we're going to do it 10 reps times 2 sets.
Right.
You hear that all the time, and it just drives me bananas. It drives me crazy because people think that once you do that set and reps, that's it. Like, that's your body. You did your part, but it's not like that. You have to not only open up physically, but you have to open up mentally. I don't want my people coming to me and saying, I did this squat. I did it like this, like 10 reps of 2. I'm like, no, I want more. I want you to tap in, because if they don't tap into their physical, there's no way they're going to be able to tap in emotionally. You have to understand that your joints are part of you. You have to understand that this is the toes forward, knees forward, all of these components. That's what I want them to come in and tell me how they practice.
Sure.
Is I really focused on this component of my squat. Well, emotions go the same way. So if we can kind of teach that we have this physical component, but we're not just focused on that. Like in the rehab world, if you just focus on that, you'll plateau.
Right.
We don't ever want to plateau in our body. We want to always just continue to listen and continue to practice and grow that way. And I see so many athletes and patients and people, and myself included, like 100%, that we close off that part and we just focus on the physical. And we know the mental's there because you got to grit to grind, right? You have to. But if we just focus on that, we lose the ability to grind harder, to grit further, because we're not tapping in. We're just thinking about the physical. Physical is never going to be enough.
Right.
It's going to have to be a component of that mental cognition and pulling in your brain to another level. But I think that is limited, just like we do in the PT world. Like, the progress is limited if we don't show everything. If you want to cry, don't hold it in, because that's an emotion. You're frustrated. That's I believe our God-given way to heal is to let things out. But yet there's just still this stigma that we have to keep things in, or maybe we just don't know how.
Well, when people come to you, I would imagine they are very much, hey, I've got this shoulder issue and it hurts.
Right.
and I'm in pain. So they are probably very much focused on just that. And may struggle to open up on the other areas.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when you've been in the clinic for a while and you start, learning how to be a clinician, because that's part of it. You see the value and they're focused on there. Well, what is it limiting you in? Right. And then you start hearing about their grandbabies. You start hearing about that they actually love cooking and they can't stir, or they are trying to throw a ball and it just, all these things. And then you start getting into what they truly, it's not that their shoulder's bothering them. People can deal with pain.
Right.
It's the fact that it's limiting them from something they love.
Yeah, they can't do something, yes.
And then I want to know about why they love that, because they're not, the pain that they'll experience, especially if it's post-op, is going to be enough to make them stop. So if they don't reconnect to it with why they're driving, then they won't push. The pain will be too much, and to continue. And I learned that a lot in my sister's case, is the power of words and the power of positivity can go a really, really long way.
Really can.
I can be as knowledgeable as I can, but just listening to someone and saying, you can feel, go for it. But I want to know why I still have these abilities to just lock everything in. That's just my go-to. I don't know if is it our generation? Like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I think it is part that. And I mean, part of it is also having the space available to do it. I mean, like this show, for example, is a space for some business owners and folks to come in and share their why and share their story. So having that space to be able to do it with a trusted person you're able to open up with. So I know at your place, at the recovery room, you've created a environment, right, that is conducive to that. right?
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about that, how you've created the environment, because I think that's the first step. Maybe people are comfortable. They are comfortable with you to be able to open up on those things.
Yeah. The recovery room one is at my house. And I wanted that because my people mean so much to me. I've been treating some of these people for over like 10 years. And that relationship, I don't want it to be rushed. If I see them once a month, like I want it to be comfortable. Come on, let's catch up, like have some coffee, and it forces people also to slow down.
Right.
If they have their kids, they can bring them. They can play outside. Just different ways, especially in the work world environment and teams, because the research shows that community is the cure. Community is the cure.
That's right.
One more time.
Did they, not to go too far sidetrack for that, but when they're talking about the blue zones and everything and about how people are living longer and in those areas, a lot of it was community, right? A lot of it was their purpose and their community there. Of course, it was nutrition and exercise involved and everything, but they found that a big part of that was the people there felt purpose, felt community, and that's one of the biggest reasons why they were living longer.
Yes, and to have that clinical care, but in a community setting that can be maybe customized to everyone.
Yeah.
Like that was kind of my goal, is because for me, moms can't take care of them. You got mamas that are just having babies, and that's hard. And we all know that's hard in itself, but the trauma that goes on after birth is not getting treated either, which is causing a lot of problems in females as they get older, especially you'll start talking like perimenopause and menopause, where women feel like they're going apeshit crazy because they are. Because it was never treated correctly. This is hormones. Hormones has nothing to do, like when it starts going into testosterone and estrogen. We got both.
Right, exactly.
Like it's not a man and a woman. We have more of one and one, but we're two different people. And when you start talking about vaginas and you start talking about actual anatomical and these things, some people have a hard time talking. It's hard to talk in distracting environments. So you have to, in a clinic setting, you have to go in your private room. So especially the neuro population, and that's life. That's that is a lifelong occurrence.
Right.
And that is not health to put someone in a clinic. Like I know they have to focus, but that is also part of integrating your brain, is so that they are in, okay, first we start here and then we go to a clinic setting. And then now they can do their stuff while having the distracting environment from a clinic. But then what? You get out into the community, you need to go grocery shopping, that kind of stuff. And you can't because you weren't there yet.
Right.
And to be able to say, okay, guys, meet at the recovery room. We're going to practice grocery shopping. We're going to go practice this. We're going to go practice, we're practicing water and flowers, with some CVAs we have. It's one of those things that it's also for caregivers. It's hard. Caregivers, to have that is that place that you can just maybe rely on for that hour and a half to do something you need.
Well, and talk about the emotional toll on caregivers as well. That's huge. It's hard for folks.
Yeah, it's hard. So you see all of these different, so I saw 12 years worth of gaps. And it's like, how can we integrate it all? And I've had it at this facility. I've had it at this facility, because it was one of those learning, what's the best way to adapt this into the community? And eventually it has just led back to the house.
Right.
Which I never expected. That's where it started. I never expected.
right back around.
I learned so much in that time.
Uh-huh.
But it really is something that I believe, and to have a place that other clinicians can go to and not have to worry about the rent of this and that and this and that. It loses sight of what our real purpose is, is to provide healing care and to continue outside, whether you're in the clinic, outside the clinic, just having that forefront of we're good, we got you,
Right.
and that's and just to establish that what takes a person, and it takes a special person, and I know that. And to be where I am and where I see this going, I know that I have to myself be super vulnerable.
Mm-hmm. Well, and people aren't going to open up with you if you're a complete just brick
Right?
wall. Just nothing. Don't get nothing from
you
me.
Get, so if that means that's the start of it, that I say, hey, I'm not perfect. I don't want to be. I don't have all the answers. If you're looking for answers on how to be the best clinician, how to do this, how to do that, that's what we have research for. But we have to have those people that are actually researching it and applying it to our area. We see it all around. It's fantastic. It's great. But I don't want. What I saw is people get bogged down in the data. They get bogged down in the science of it. And we lose the most important part. And is that's the emotion, the brain, and just treating that first. Through education goes so far.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
So far. I would teach people the same exercises. And yes, we have to have our outpatient model, but like the same exercises for the same pathology. And yes, everyone moves different and needs to be taught what their body essentially does and how to correct it. But that in itself stimulates a process of wanting to know more. Facilitate, I hated that. I hated the part that I could see people for 6 weeks and I wouldn't see them again.
Right.
That sucked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, because especially I love people. So
you're very much a people person.
Like, if I saw a person, I'm like, I really like you. I mean, don't come back, but like, come back. But like, can you just say bye and say hi?
Right.
So we'd have people just bring by coffee, bring by this, bring by that, just to say hi. And I was like, that's because it's community. And if you lose that sense, I feel that's when we do start shutting in. And I don't want that for
I agree.
people.
No, and that's what I love about your model of the whole thing, because when you think of physical therapy, like it's everybody just thinks the physical part, right? But you come at it from the angle of mind, body, soul connection, community, and the holistic.
Yes.
There we go. I said it at the same time, didn't we?
Yes. And that is the difference, I think, in the practice of doctor of physical therapy is there's at some point the holistic provider of movement-based medicine that we were progressed it to this much, but why stop?
Right.
Keep going. Keep building models. Let's not stop. I was talking to a surgeon about this. I was like, our profession as DPTs, like, we just are starting. Our job is not only to treat what's already available, but I want to tap the PT, the DPT to a level that has not been tapped around here. And to provide not only, because the clinicians, the DPTs that are coming out, they're smart as hell. They have the differential diagnosis skills that we need as providers to be a primary PT, to have that. I'm like 14 years out, like I'm still got solid experience in differential diagnosis skills, but these clinicians are coming out and they're set and they're, you got that fire and to keep that burning,
That's
to
the
not
key.
have them go to just because the word on the street in the DPT world is you're coming out with all these loans. What are you going to do?
Right.
If you work for a practice, yes, you just have to understand where your finances are and stuff, but to set a student up or to set someone up that's loves movement science, whether you're a PT, or a ATC, or just a kinesiology major, exercise science, like all of these people have a beautiful ability to practice and understand as like a physical therapist because of the tech. We're not guessing anymore. We can establish a different way, a different system.
Right.
And it's there and I'm seeing it. but I want those DPTs to come out and be able to set a practice up for themselves, whether they go into or not, because that's the one thing I wish someone would have done with me is been like, we make portfolios in school and things like that. And I would want that initiated into something that I am ready to do. Like, what is your fuel? Find it now. And if we can kind of integrate that now with these PT students coming out and give them another opportunity to learn a different way and then apply that and maybe go somewhere else and take that same concept. Like, I was a clinical instructor for many years. I love that. I love being able to be like, this is great. Like, challenge your brain. I never told them. I wanted them to tell me what they found. And now we have the ability to analyze real time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, real time. It's insane.
Awesome.
It's insane. So, but again, I don't want that to be the primary. I don't want everyone to get so caught up in that and lose sight of got to treat your mind first. And
I think we started this by asking, hey, how do we get people to open up and take down the wall and everything? And I think that might be it, is connecting all the dots to their purpose and their why, to what they're doing. So the mind, body, the spirit, the community, connecting all those things to be able to move forward. Maybe that's the thing.
And to get out of that mindset of it just being like PT, just a joint.
Right.
And I do that to myself. I'm like, what are you seeing for? What did you hurt? So it's interesting. I have very much loved teaching the mind. Like, the education part of that is so powerful, but to not limit it ourselves, not limit that ourselves is, I think, the most challenging part.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Kelly, so much great stuff today so far. But before we close out, a couple other things I want to go over. So I was out at Robin Roberts Stadium.
Yes.
I was talking with Jamie Toole, and we were talking about the Women's Professional Baseball League. So when it comes to...
really excited about that.
Awesome, isn't it? Awesome.
I did the Bulldog baseball camp, first of all, in July, and absolutely loved it. Like, what they have done, and I told Jamie this, I was like, what you guys have done over there, first of all, is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, it's inspiring. It gives even practitioners like me ways to think outside the box that we're already kind of in and continue exploring ways and to have, tell me, was it awesome?
It's awesome. They redid the whole stadium, or they, I guess, flipped it. Take it from the shoes to the Women's Professional Baseball League. So they were there practicing while we were there. It's just a phenomenal atmosphere. So what I'd like to know is, when it comes to physical therapy, is there a big difference in working with men versus women? These are women professional athletes.
Yes.
What's the difference here in terms of your profession with men versus women?
The unfiltered, the unprofessional,
whatever you'd like to give us. Yeah.
When you are training female athletes, we are not men with boobs and a vagina. Period.
There you go.
Period. So my take on it is, one, the science into female health is just now exploding. So for me, it was a big wake up call in 2023. I had to have a emergency hysterectomy. So that kind of set me up for perimenopause, whatever. So the hormone part and understanding, especially when you start getting into women that are going from 20s to 30s, once we start getting into the 30s, sarcopenia, or just that decrease in muscle. So we're just always on a constant, let's keep working on our muscle, strengthening muscle tissue. But the one thing that is not initiated, and I would highly suggest anyone that is in charge of any athlete, female athlete, to understand their menstrual cycle. They have to understand the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle 10 days before, at cycle, after. Your ligaments are going to change. There's an increase in a relaxin hormone. Our ligaments become more lax. We're more predisposed to having ACL. With women's baseball, you're looking at increase in UCL. They need to understand the arm care, the importance of stability, overhead stability. And with women's baseball, just, baseball for me, I love baseball. I never played, right? I'm not good, but I always worked with Lincoln Land with all their baseball players. And I loved learning how to pitch. I loved the mechanics, the kinesiology. It was phenomenal. But when these women are going into that, they're already going to be at a high load on that UCL. So just making sure that, you have your arc. And more when we're going into, especially any baseball player and You have to have a 180 arc. So whether internal, external, 180. But pictures that have like 110, like the state, it's in itself is crazy. But I would say the hormones and just understanding the menstrual cycle would be the first thing.
Yeah, because I didn't realize that. I mean, the ligament thing that you said a minute ago, how that changes based on their cycle. Like,
yeah.
I had no idea.
Anything like, so if you think about the ligament, so during that time, they're lax. So anything like A cell, D cell is harder on that joint. So it requires more muscle. It requires more stabilization. So just even that conscious effort of being more aware of it makes a huge difference. To make sure that they are aware of their cycle and what happens during that, because just them focusing on maybe doing a step pattern, like whenever they're A cell, D cell, really focusing on that is taking load off and training at the same time, because they know they're at risk. They're focusing on it more because they don't want to get hurt. But if we don't even tell them they're at risk prior to, so there's
interesting.
I love women's health.
We might have to do a whole nother episode on that. I think that's our next topic.
Okay.
We'll do that one.
You want to go into pelvic floor?
We could do that.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me tell you.
You want to do?
Oh, you're going to learn how to a Kegel?
There you go.
We learned.
Tune in next time for the pelvic floor discussion. There we go. Well, Kelly, so much great stuff today, as always.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate you coming by again.
And everything you do, man, everything you do for the community, for this podcast, like you are elevating, and I want people to know that too.
Well, I greatly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
I love doing it. So love the community. Let's keep on elevating. Let's go.
I like it.
All right. Well, we're going to let Dr. Kelly Neumann get back to elevating Springfield. And don't forget to go check her out at the recovery room. But for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.
Hey, Springfield, when it comes to reliable, high-quality roofing, you don't want to leave things to chance. That's why you should reach out to Acosta Angeli Roofing, your local roofing expert serving Springfield and surrounding communities. From quick, dependable repairs to full replacement, from residential to commercial, they are your trusted pros. Call them today at 217-993-2748 or visit their website to book your free quote and inspection. Don't wait. A little leak now could lead to major damage later. Trust the local experts, protect your home, and get peace of mind with Acosta Angeli Roofing. Well, thank you for joining us today, everybody. Appreciate you making us a part of your day. Hope you're enjoying these quick hits of actionable strategies here on the Wellness Upgrade on Elevate Springfield. Hey, take what you learned today. You bring the discipline and follow through, and together, that's right, y'all, we're going to elevate Springfield. Be great.
Looking for expert tree care with hometown integrity? Look no further than Sangamon Tree Service. They're your trusted local pros, delivering quality workmanship, exceptional customer service, and fair, honest pricing every time. Whether it's trimming, removal, or storm cleanup, their team brings professionalism and care to every job, big or small. Call the name your neighbors trust, Sangamon Tree Service, or visit them today at SangamonTreeService.com. Sangamon Tree Service, rooted in quality, built on trust.